day today. Maybe you're going to head outside. Maybe you want some lunch. Well, believe it or not, there may or may not be a link between diet and depression. Today's it's actually National Anxiety and Depression Awareness Week, not just today, but the whole week. More than 40 million Americans will have some anxiety episode this year. Some 20 million will suffer a depressive illness of some sort. And our next guest says the food that we eat can play a role in our mental health. This is Allison Marco. She's a registered dietitian with the Capital Center for Psychotherapy and Wellness. Good to see you, Allison. Those numbers are staggering. 20 and 40 million people. That's a huge chunk of the population.
Absolutely. It is a prevalent and serious condition, and while nutrition can play a role, we do like to take a holistic approach in treating any anxiety and depression, exercise, possibly seeing a therapist, but there is new research showing that diet can play a role.
How strong of a link is that, or could that be between diet and when it comes to our mental well-being?
So overall, I mean, eating a healthy diet, you probably notice that you feel better when you're eating well compared to eating greasier foods. So that definitely plays a role, and research has been showing a pretty prevalent amount of evidence that's showing that diet can have an impact.
What do you think it is? What do you think makes that connection between feeling better, or, if not feeling physically better, the idea here is mentally better and mentally clearer if we're, somebody who's prone to anxiety or depression?
Yeah. So physically, overeating, undereating can definitely play a role. But mentally, they are showing that some hormones, especially, I mentioned serotonin a few times, that's named as the happiness hormone. So that has been found to really be, there's a role that food is playing in that hormone. So it's certain types of food specifically, but overall, general healthy diet is helping.
We'll get into that in just a second. Can we actually change our mental well-being, though, by adjusting our diet?
It can definitely help. Absolutely. So, as I mentioned, it is a holistic approach. You want to definitely take in several lifestyle factors, but it is very possible that nutrition can play a large role.
All right, you brought a whole collection of things with you today, and you mentioned some specifics. So let's talk about some of the foods that we're talking about here that can help out.
Yeah, absolutely. So having a very balanced, overall healthy diet is best, but there are a few nutrients that they're finding really play the largest role. So one of those might be antioxidants. Research is showing that certain antioxidants can play a role and have an impact. So some of those might be beta-carotene, vitamin C, vitamin E, and you'll find beta-carotene in sweet potatoes, carrots. Vitamin C you can find in some of your favorite fruits such as oranges, strawberries, and with vitamin E, it's actually found in vegetable oils, so vegetable oils and wheat germ. And so those are some of the best places to find antioxidants.
All right, you also mentioned smart carbs. A lot of times, we hear carbs, and that's just a bad thing if we're trying to, focus on our diet.
Yes.
There is such a thing as smart carbs?
Yeah, so I love talking about carbohydrates because carbohydrates are an essential part to anyone's diets, and they do sometimes get a bad name. But we don't want to eliminate carbohydrates, we just want to make the best choices. So choosing smarter carbohydrates might include complex carbohydrates like whole grains, fruits and vegetables, dairy, those types of things, while trying to limit refined and simple carbohydrates like your cakes, cookies, white flours, and things like that.
And when you talk about the whole picture, and I'm saying I see a lot of fruits and veggies that are involved here, so it seems like that's kind of like a good starting point.
Absolutely.
To ramp up the increase of fruits and veggies. When we look at the big picture, though, it seems like we shouldn't expect like an immediate fix. This is the kind of thing that happens overnight, right?
Absolutely. So, diet and lifestyle changes take some time. Habit change takes a while. So eating something overnight, definitely not going to make a huge difference. With eating healthy, it is a long-term maintainable goal that you want to work towards. So making small changes over time and getting in all those nutrients, you'll notice a difference, but it might be a little bit slight.
Well, we've always heard about the physical changes it can make, and now it's nice to know it can make some mental changes as well.
Absolutely.
When you have that many people who, are worried about anxiety or depression in some way. Allison, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
you. Good to see you. We'll put the tips online as well. In the meantime, we have a big show coming up at 9 o'clock. Let's check in with Highline Wisdom, see what's coming up on Good Day today.
Hi, what's up, Steve?